Thanks for watching Littleton Common. And now here's Barbara McCrae and Mark Crory. Hello everybody and welcome to Littleton Common, the September edition. Can you believe it? Last month of summer, and then we ramp up for fall and the leaves and all the pretty stuff that goes with living here in New England. So Mark Crory as always, Barbara McCrae. Hello.
Hi Mark.
Hello.
Hey look, you know what I want to know? Is it my age, or does the time fly faster than I can keep up with? And do you find that true?
Sure. Oh, you're actually asking me? I thought these were hypothetical questions.
I'm actually asking you.
No, I do. Somebody, when I hit 40, the gas pedal of life just went, and it's like that.
Well, try being in your 80s. It goes,
yeah.
So
that is the way it goes. I mean, think of the first 18 years of your life are all tied up in school, and those years seem to go forever.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like, you're right. Just time flies.
Yeah, because
when
you
you're
look
having fun.
Yeah. But it looks like you're looking ahead at that age, and this looks way down the road a piece. And then you start getting there, and then you're going, what happened to 18 and
yeah, right, exactly.
16?
But up here, sometimes you still think, that was yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I will when it's dementia.
Or the day before yesterday, right, that's right. Hope not.
Anyway, so summer sure flew by, and did you do anything special? Because we just stayed home and hung around and visited with guests and friends.
Yeah, we didn't do anything too crazy because this fall we're flying to New Zealand for my son's wedding, so we just had this, we have to save money now because all our money went into the trip.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's a long trip.
It is a long trip. It'll be probably 21 hours.
Oh, my. But fun when you get there.
I'm excited to be in. We're going to go to Australia too, where my other son lives, and then the wedding is in New Zealand. So parts of the world that I've never seen, and I'm very excited about it.
Good.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
So, but the saddest day was the day we lost our special friend and laughing partner, Barbara Cam. Barbara passed peacefully on August 15th. I will miss her, as well as so many other people. I knew her for at least 49 years and never got tired of being with her. Barbara belonged to a quilting group who met to quilt, but also did some quilting skits for the church, family, and anyone who'd watch. She helped start the New England Quilting Museum, and I met her when I moved here 49 years ago, when I joined the Women's Club. We did skits too. She was just a nice person to be around, and when my mom was starting dementia and wanted to go to Foxwoods with the Council on Aging, Barbara told me she'd watch her. We talked every morning about the new gals, or rather the news gals, and what they were wearing, and we laughed about any gossip we had. She was my laughing partner, and I already miss that. We had her on this show with Lizzie, our 11-year-old quilter, as an intergenerational program. But most of all, we wrote, directed, and acted in all the Follies shows a few years back, and it was such fun. There is more than we have mentioned, and plenty to her many talents. Thank you, God, for such a special time many of us spent with Barbara, and remember with love and appreciation.
Yeah. And I was, you had told me that you and two others got to see her, literally 15 minutes or so before she passed away. So
right.
That was nice that You got to see her one more time, and she got to hear your voices. And
Just like I told you,
yeah,
I wasn't going to go that day. I thought I'd wait another day and came out of there saying, never put off for tomorrow what you can do today.
yeah,
It's a big, big thing now in my life.
it is, and you won't have any regrets about that.
No,
because you
no,
went.
and I would have. I would have been so unhappy because she was a special friend.
Yeah, she was special to a lot of people, and like you said, I thought it'd be nice if just for a moment we could show a couple of scenes from some of the skits that she was in. You can remember Barbara Cam.
What is that? Who are you? I'm Elvira from Tennessee. Tennessee.
Elvira, what do you do?
I sing
What do you sing?
a song.
A song.
Good.
Of course.
This should be interesting. Okay. I come from the Smokies, way back in the hills, and I make my living by selling my quills. I make lots of money, them folks sure do pay, and I really can make a quilt in a day. I charge for the piecing, the quilting is free, 'cause string quilts and yo-yos are my specialty.
Hey, I ain't what?
I ain't finished yet.
Really? Are you sure?
I sing when I'm quilting. I got perfect pitch. I hum and I whistle as I sew every stitch. You made me forget.
I'm sorry. What did you sing?
Oh, I'll teach you the chorus. It's a tune you've all heard. It's easy to memorize, 'cause there's only one word. The word is love. Say it.
La,
Say it again.
la,
Put them together.
la, la.
Now you know it. Sing it. Love.
I make all my dresses.
Thank you, God. Thank God. Thank God. I make all my dresses, my aprons and caps. I don't need no pattern. I just sew up my straps. Wait, there's more.
No.
There's more.
No, no.
I live in a cabin just over the hill. My man, he's a working all day in the still. Out back in the privy, when the waiting is slow, I take my work basket and I quilt as I go. So come all you people, come down to the sea.
Give it to
I'll
me.
make
Give it to me.
you some yo-yos. They're my specialty.
Well, here it is, time for school to start.
Boo.
The little ones starting kindergarten will be all excited, and some will be a little scared, and Mom too. high school is a little like that too. A new beginning and time to think about the future. Now, Mark, did you know what you wanted to do after high school?
I always dreamed of being the executive director at a cable station in my hometown. I just thought, wouldn't that be cool? And my dreams came true.
Look at it.
So what can I say?
I know.
Not everybody can say their dreams come true, but from a very young age, I said, my first word I think was cable, cable TV. So.
Right. I imagine it was.
And the other thing I wanted to do, I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a professional baseball player. And I wanted to be the Red Sox play-by-play guy.
Oh, that would have been neat too.
On the radio, not on TV.
Yeah.
But
still would have been neat.
yeah, those were my things that I wanted to do. I had no idea. I said, yeah, I can do that. Who else would want to do that job? Well, apparently
I know I didn't.
lots of people want to do that job. So in my meantime, I've took this job, and I'm still waiting for the opportunity to be the Red Sox announcer someday.
I didn't even know what I wanted to do. My mother had already decided.
Oh.
I was good. I had thought I might want to be a teacher, and or an archaeologist. I thought that was cool.
That would be very cool. I'd look like that.
But my mother wanted me to go either be an opera singer, which I didn't have the voice because I was an alto, or a fashion designer. So off I was sent to fashion designing school. But I got to tell you, I have used it so much because I learned how to upholster, make drapes, clothes.
Yeah. Most of before we had a virtual set like we have now, you made most of the sets that we have.
And I loved it.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot.
And did you pick up painting when you were in college?
Well, I found that when I did fashion figures, the teacher said they're too realistic. They weren't skinny enough and, weird enough.
Modelly enough, yeah.
So
That's
he said
interesting.
they're way too realistic. That's when I learned I loved doing people, painting portraits and people, and that's where another thing I did.
Yeah.
So I used it. She was right. I did work for Vogue for a couple years.
Right in New York City?
No, Greenwich, Connecticut, Condé Nast. I did pattern instructions.
Wow.
But I went on to not do that anymore. I was living in Greenwich, and then I came home to live. But
And you met some Southern guy who swept you off your feet.
my father said, "Why don't you go to work for the government? They have parties even if somebody dies."
Oh, man.
So I went, and there were a lot of young people my age working at the Boston Army base. And a girlfriend who was 6'1" was dating Alan
Who was not 6'1".
and said, "I've got somebody for you. He's too short for me."
Wow, good thing, huh?
Yeah, so he was a little taller than me, so it worked.
Yeah.
62 years later.
62 years, that's amazing.
It's starting to work now.
Well, practice makes perfect, they say.
Yeah,
That's great. That's exciting.
yeah.
Well, I will say that LCTV will once again bring you live coverage of Littleton High School football this year. And our first broadcast will be on Friday, September 12th, when the Tigers will travel to Air High School to take on the Panthers. September will also mean the retirement of 2 longtime town employees. Diane Haddock, the children's librarian at Reuben Hoare Library, she'll be stepping aside after 21 and a half years there. And she also was a librarian at the Shaker Lane School for 12 years before that. So 33 and a half years as a children's librarian in town. Wow. That's like 3 generations of school kids coming in and out of her space. Wow, it just blows me away. Well, and also in the school department, Dorothy Malone will be retiring from the executive administrative assistant to the superintendent position. Dorothy's been in that position for the past I think 15 years or so. And then prior, all totaled, she's been in town for 26 years working for the school department. So it's been an amazing run for both those ladies, and thank you so much for your service to Littleton. Having personally worked with both ladies and interacted with them on a daily basis or weekly basis, I can say that they are both first class. So thank you both. Best wishes in your retirement and your retirement years.
True, true. Well, we have seen the new Shattuck Street Center finished and put to use. Programs hosted by the EHS COA coordinator, Megan Murphy, have been very well attended. She has given the senior programs that are well worth attending. If you haven't received a broadcaster or checked the one you got, now is the time, along with the many monthly programs. Last month, Megan added a tour to Averill House Vineyard in Brooklyn, New Hampshire, and a traveling chef luncheon at the Senior Cafe. September brings a turkey train tour and the New England Christmas Festival at Mohegan Sun in November. These are just, as they say, the tip of the iceberg. So get a broadcaster and read it cover to cover. You'll be glad you did. Also, if you haven't been in the Shattuck Street Center, drop by and take a tour. Want to mention that our Littleton Country Fair is coming in October, and let's hear more about that from Julie and Martha. Well, we're getting ready for the Littleton Country Fair, and I have some guests here that are going to fill us in on what's happening there this time. And we have Julie and Martha. So, you brought a lot of goodies. Now, I do want to remind everybody, it's October 4th, correct?
That's right.
Correct.
At Fay Park, and we look forward to it every single year. And do you know what year this one is?
Oh, gosh.
Well,
Do you?
actually, I just looked this up. I went to the big Littleton book that came out in, I think, 2014 for the 300th. This has been going on since the 1880s.
Really?
Yes. Yep,
Wow.
which I didn't realize.
Older than me.
Older than all of us combined, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
I think that's great, and that
Yeah.
shows how well it's, used, how people come. I know my daughter gave me the date, because she always wants to come.
Oh, great.
So tell us about what's going to be there.
Well, there are a lot of things here. We brought some samples that we can start with, and then we can talk about what else is there. I'll start with this. We are famous for our jams and jellies.
Correct.
Yes. So I brought, and want to let people know we've expanded into pickles
Ooh.
Excellent.
and mustard,
Oh, that's a
gourmet
new one.
mustard, which is delicious.
Wow.
And then we have all kinds of, special. This is spiced peach jam.
That's delicious. I
Yeah,
have
is
about
it? Yeah.
3 of those at home.
And strawberry rhubarb, one of my favorites. And that's just a sample. There are many different kinds.
There's blueberry mojito. That's one of my
Oh, yeah.
favorites. I
Yeah.
love putting that on vanilla
Yep,
ice
there
cream.
was- yep.
So good.
Yes, spicy, and then plain. Good old strawberry, good old cherry, blueberry. Anyway, but we're very well known for jams and jellies.
Yes.
And this is put on by the Women's Alliance and has been since the beginning of time. They do the jams and jellies and crafts. There are some very talented people that make all sorts of craft items.
So, is it the same people that do this And as the years go by, is it like a family member carries it on, or just new people
Oh,
come in?
interesting question.
Yeah, that is an interesting question. The as far as the jams and jellies goes, there's a crew of people who've been doing it for a number of years. I did it for a few years, and then this year I couldn't do it because of a conflict, time conflict. But I learned so much from them, how to do
Make jam, all
pickles
these
and jam
things.
and all kinds of things.
Love it.
So yeah, it carries on, but.
Good. So
Right.
we'll be looking for all of that. as one thing
Absolutely,
there.
absolutely. And I can give you an example of families carrying on. My parents, my mother particularly, was famous for her apple pies. And people used to come to the fair just to get Margaret's apple pies. She passed down the recipe to me, and so I now make apple pies for the fair.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
My favorite.
Yep.
I'll
Well,
be first in line
yeah.
for all of it.
Yeah, right. Yes, you have to get there early for the pies, usually. Anyway,
I'm going to have to
yeah,
send a note or something,
Well,
or
you know
find
what?
10
out.
o'clock.
right,
Opens
right.
at 10.
We can put one aside for you.
And for example, tomorrow I'm going to go to Jammin' in the Kitchen meets twice a week in the summer to get ready, and they get some people donate peaches from their local peach trees, blueberries. There's some fields in Maine that one of our members,
Yep.
Laura Semple, gets blueberries from this farm in Maine, and she brings bushels down, and you kind of have to wash them and pick through them and then cook
Yeah.
them, and there's all this sort of process. But if you're interested in learning about jam, I've also learned a lot. I don't
Yeah.
go all the time to Jamming in the Kitchen, but there's two lovely ladies, Chris Ursuline and I believe Lynn Courtney, who sort of run it on Wednesday nights and Friday
Yeah.
mornings, and you can drop in and help.
I bet it's fun doing it with other people.
Oh,
We put music
absolutely.
on, there's
Yep.
lots of conversation. It's very ladies sewing circle, you know,
This makes me think
2025.
it's like the old days, which don't we hate to lose a lot of that?
Yeah, yeah,
So this sounds like fun, like
right,
young people should help
Community.
to learn about the old days
Right.
too.
right. And
It's-
that's, yeah. And so it is, it's a real tradition.
Yeah.
The difference is, you mentioned that it's at Fay Park, and it isn't anymore.
Oh.
It's across the street. The church is right across the street from Fay Park. But for a number of reasons, this happened after COVID, we decided to downsize a little bit. The fair had gotten really big.
Yeah.
And so I think probably during COVID, I think we didn't have it maybe for 1 year. And when we came back, we decided to use the church grounds and some of the building to actually do the fair.
And that way people can walk through the church, they can
Right.
see the beautiful sanctuary and the,
Right.
you know, the
Right.
Steinway and the organ and all of the you know,
Right.
sort of lovely historic parts.
Yeah.
And there's the vestry where we have coffee after church is designated as the, I think it's the book
Yes,
room where
the
they're going to
book.
have the books have, well, I think there was a year we didn't have books. We're
Yeah,
having
last year.
books this year. And then in the parking lot, there's the jewelry and the jewelry and the baked goods and the
The
jamming in
baked
the
goods,
kitchen.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
And
And there's
yes.
food downstairs, and it's
Yes,
really
it's a wonderful lunch that's put on hand.
So there's no flea market part.
Oh, there is
Oh,
actually. Thank you for
absolutely.
asking about that. Yeah, I know you're eyeing
My
this box.
Yes.
I think this box was actually brought over to me as the jewelry person from somebody at they call it Trash and Treasures. And
Okay.
so
All
this
right.
is the kind of thing that somebody might have and then not really know what to do with. To me, it's a great box for carrying around the treasures that are a little bit more special. But I think that this was donated to the Trash and Treasures table, and it really is a little treasure.
And it is old.
Yeah, it's a Lane
oh, yeah.
Dudley Furniture, Cambridge and Quincy. So it was made in the United States. It's a sample. So if you were a young lady about to get married, you could look at. You could go to the furniture store itself, and maybe, you know, for example, they might have all these different hope chests on display, but I think you could also, there might have been somebody that would come out to your house and they'd show you the different finishes and sizes and styles, and this is what,
like I told you, I
Yeah.
have one from my childhood.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna, when I get home, I'm gonna open the lid and look inside to see if I have
Yeah.
any of that information
Writing.
there. But it just made me laugh when I saw it because it's exactly like mine. And now I know the story.
Yeah, it's kind of
Well,
fun.
I'll give it to my daughter and tell her the story.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Carry it
the
on.
hope chest
So
there.
now we're talking about jewelry that you do. I think you have some beautiful pieces here. If you want, you can show us something that you worked on.
Sure. First, just back to Trash and Treasures for a second. That is a great place to get everything you need to furnish your apartment. Your, you know, you can find cool old things. Like I've gotten a great crock pot there and a big ceramic pot, and you know, just there's all sorts of different things at Trash and Treasures, and it's just a wonderful place to. Do more recycling of things that we can all use.
I never miss it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I bought my living room carpet there one year.
Did you?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a beautiful wool blanket from the Aran Islands there last year, and I washed it in woolite and hung it up, and it's perfect. It's just a gorgeous blanket, and I don't know how anybody could part with it, but whoever did, thank you.
I also meet a lot of friends there.
Yes,
Yes.
People are there early, you know, looking at all the different treasures. So it's wonderful.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah. So what happens is throughout the year, people. Oops, they know that I'm the jewelry lady. I don't think I need that. Whatever it is that fell. People know that I'm the jewelry lady, and people make donations, but a lot of times people make donations right before the fair, and sometimes I don't have time to look through them and polish them and clean them and and find out what they are. So sometimes the jewelry sits for a little while before it gets out. For example, I found in a box I hadn't opened before this bracelet, which I then did a little research on because I could see that it was sterling silver and gold, and it has these very cool markings on it. And it's a storytelling bracelet from Peru, and it has all these different Peruvian characters on it. And somebody probably donated after there would normally be a chain here, and it looks like the chain broke, and they thought, oh, I'm going to lose it. So instead of getting it repaired, they donated it. But it's a wonderful bracelet, and I'll probably take that to the jewelry shop and see if I can get it repaired. But it's so unique and interesting, and if you had a bigger wrist, it would fit. If you have a smaller wrist, it would still fit, but you could take one of these off and make a matching pendant. It's really a great piece. So that one has some significance just because it's handcrafted.
Yeah.
It's made by an artist, and this is another one that somebody donated that I think is so beautiful. It's a picture. It's actually a brass cutting or plate, and it's made by an artist, and it's unique.
Wow.
And it's mounted on this lovely, I don't know what you call this, but sort of like beveled chain, and it's so
Shape,
cool.
I like the shape.
It's something that you could, I picture wearing this in the wintertime with a black turtleneck or something that's just, or any color really, and having it be such a statement piece. So that's really, really fabulous. So people sometimes donate really fun, cool things like that. Let me show you a couple more things. Let's see. So you talked about the communal thing and how jamming in the kitchen is sort of something people do together. Well, I had a get together with some of my friends from the Peace Corps. We were all in the Peace Corps together 25 years ago. And one of the things that I'll do when I'm hanging out with my friends, sometimes I'll say like, hey, if we're not having dinner or we're just sitting around talking, I'll get people to help me put donations on these little cards because it just makes it easier to keep them from getting separated. And so somebody donated these this year, and I thought those are really pretty and fun. Aren't those cool?
Yeah.
And I actually have an old fireplace screen, and I tend to hang the really big pieces on the fireplace screen as a display. But aren't those fun? If I were going to a 1970s costume party and I wanted some earrings that would just say like I'm in the bell bottoms, and I'm, this
I'm
is
cool.
something I'm cool. This is exactly what I would wear.
Hand painted.
I think
one.
they do.
Yeah.
They do look hand painted, and they're made of coconut. They're made out of coconut shell, so they're pretty ecologically
fun.
sound and kind of
Wow.
cool. And then I seem to have a little rainbow theme here. These I thought were really pretty too. Somebody donated these, and again, they've got these sort of moving parts, and they're just kind of pretty and fun. And these are, most of these earrings, they're inexpensively priced, and if you buy one, the more you buy, the better your deal you get. And then we also have these cute little gift bags. So really, you can do all of your Christmas shopping at the fair. So if you buy a pair of earrings, and you want it, we'll give you a little gift bag, and you can have a little gift for all of
Fancy.
your office mates. Or what I always do with this jam is I buy different jams for all of my coworkers on my team at Quinn Middle School in Hudson, Mass, and they get a different kind of jam every year, and it's kind of fun. And I sometimes give them to the custodial staff, and it's just a great thing because when you give people something that's consumable like the jam, they either love it personally or they can, re-gift it to somebody else who wants to.
Also gives them
Yeah.
a chance to
Yes.
taste it.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
next
Oh.
year,
They know to
Right.
calm
what they want.
down. Yeah, the blueberry mojito was just such a huge hit the last time I gave it. Now this is kind
Love
of a
it.
fun piece. It's so big, but I thought for my colleague Christina, who teaches social studies, this looks like something you'd wear. They have a dress-up day where people wear
yeah.
togas and things, and this to me, it has all these moving pieces, and it's
Yeah.
kind of fun. It's just, it's
Yeah.
such a cool piece, but I wouldn't probably wear that on a daily basis, but I think that there's definitely a place for this, and it certainly has some really bold costume quality to it.
Love it.
And
Right.
then something like this, there's a hand-beaded bracelet like that is something that, I used to make these when I was a kid, and it took forever, and this kind of pattern is very sophisticated. It's so tightly knit. It's just a beautiful piece for somebody who's like a more casual dresser, and just really nice. There's all sorts of different things. Let's
Yeah,
see.
well, that's wonderful. I mean, everything you've got is terrific and makes one want to be there
Yes.
Yeah.
first thing.
Yeah.
First thing, one
Yeah.
thing I would say is that I work at the bake table. I never get to go to jewelry because it's always so crowded.
I
It is
bet.
busy,
And all the
yeah.
time I'm working,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never get to go to it. So
you've
yeah,
gotta-
it's a good idea
You can come to the
to
cleaning
come
party.
early and be patient at the jewelry table.
You
It's
do
very
have to be a
popular.
little patient because there's a lot of stuff that's just clearly marked as like, very inexpensive earrings and things like that. But then the stuff that's a little bit more, that's, sterling and gold and stuff, I'll try to get a little more money for the church for that because it's made out
Yeah.
of special material or handcrafted. So, but it is very, very, very popular.
I bet
Yeah.
it is, but I'm just going to say one thing here. It feels like you're in a smaller space, so it really would be crowded,
Yeah.
each area, especially, you
Right.
know.
Although there's a fair
flow
amount of
is pretty
space. It's
good.
right in front of the
Yeah.
church.
The
That's
flow
where
is-
jewelry is. That's where the bake
Yeah.
table is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there were other things going on there. There are activities for children, kind of on the other side of the church. Usually
Okay.
art projects or nature projects. The Trash and Treasures is actually across the street by the Historical Society.
Okay.
We
And
do
that's
that
a
in-
huge,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, that was
That's-
that way last year, right?
Yes,
Yes,
it was
yeah,
that
it's
way.
been
I
like that
remember
for,
now.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So,
I'm looking forward to it.
yeah.
It's going to be
Well,
a lot of
good.
fun,
Yeah.
and
Give us the
something for
time
everybody.
and the date again.
So it is October 4th, 10 to 2? 10 to 2, at First Church Unitarian on Foster Street, right across the street from the fire station. You can't miss it.
With a little extra at the Historical Society.
Yes, You'll definitely see that.
Oh,
if
yeah,
you
I
come.
will.
Yes, it's at the Historical Society is the Trash and Treasures, which
Good.
again is a big part of the fair.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I know everybody else is.
Yeah.
And looking forward to see you both there.
Right.
Selling your wares.
Right. I want to make one other, let people know that 10% of the profits from this are given to a community organization.
Good.
Other than ours.
That's
So
wonderful.
Yeah.
When do you decide that?
We decided once we see how much money we get. And it's a decision made by, that's a good question. Who makes the decision? The fair committee, I think.
I think the fair committee
There is a
does
fair
it.
committee,
Nice.
so yeah.
And just another thing about that is that it's First Church Unitarian. So it was the first church that was founded in Littleton, and it's been going ever since the Puritans. I would say the sort of values and ideas have morphed a little bit since our Puritan forebears get started. But it's just a beautiful historical church, and we've allowed other organizations like the Historical Society to use it for events. We've had community events there, and it's just a remarkable building. It is the oldest church in Littleton, and it's a beautiful space. And so just maintaining the vitality of that sort of cornerstone of the original Littleton, I think is really important, and it goes to some great programming that
Good.
does give back to the community.
I always enjoyed the bell when it rang.
Yeah.
I guess you have to stop that.
Yeah.
Well, we ring it when kids transition from children into sort of
Yes, I-
adulthood. We had this bridging ceremony. So this spring, actually, there were two young ladies who transitioned from their sort of childhood into young adults
Coming
in the
of
church,
age,
coming
yeah.
of age, and they went up and rang the bell.
Good.
So it's
Yeah,
kind of fun.
that's part of
That's
it.
the fun part.
Yeah, I used to love hearing it too. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you coming by and
Thank you for
filling us
having
in.
us, Barbara. Yeah.
And I feel like, you showed some really great things. So I'm looking forward to being there, and I know my daughter is, and friends. So
Right. Great.
enjoy your day.
Yes.
And big sales.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so
you.
much. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. We'll see
Okay.
you there.
Town meeting is on Tuesday, October 28th at 7 p.m. at the Littleton Middle School. You want to stay informed, you want to find out what will be discussed, you can watch LCTV. You can watch the meetings, you can watch the programs that we do, all the coverage of the Shaker Lane Building Committee, the various videos that have been made. You can hear both sides of the issue, which is good to have, that balance. But you don't want to come to town meeting uninformed. So you want to make sure you have plenty of opportunities. You can go to LCTV On Demand page, which you can easily find from the Town of Littleton's homepage. We have a little icon right there on the screen. It says LCTV. Just click on that. It'll take you to our site. You can find the program there. Or you can go to YouTube, for those of you who like and know how to navigate YouTube. All our programs are there. There is no excuse for not being informed and not knowing what you're voting on and the ramifications of that. So, you want to be informed. We have put it out there. We are here for you. We want you to check us out. LCTV, your community TV station. So there, I said it.
Very good. Very good. And
Yep.
it's so true, all of it.
Thanks.
Okay, well, thanks for watching our show today. We hope you enjoy the beautiful September weather here in New England.
Yeah.
And please, don't forget to hug a senior.